The wind howls through the skeletal remains of skyscrapers, a constant reminder of the world that was. But that world, it's dead. We're just the ghosts wandering through its rotting corpse. They call it the forever winter, a fitting name for a world locked in a perpetual struggle for survival. You think you're ready for the forever winter? No one's ever ready. I've been out there for longer than I can remember, and every step, every breath, it costs you more than you can pay. Lost a lot of friends out there, broken bodies twisted into those machines the factions love so much. Hell, if you're smart, you won't even bother making friends. Just means you'll be digging graves when they drop. And trust me, they always drop. But I guess you gotta learn for yourself, just like I did. You know about the factions, right? The old folks talked about Europa, Euruska, and Eurasia. Doesn't matter. They're all the same. Europa's got their cybernetic monsters, but don't let the shiny tech fool you. Inside, they're just as hollow as the rest of us. They cling to their outdated weapons and rusty tanks like a dying man clinging to life. They rule over their people like they own them, squeezing every ounce of blood they can. You can try and live under their boots, if that's your thing, but you'll never be more than a cog in their war machine. They've got the numbers, but what good is a horde when your enemy can rain down fire from the sky? Then there's Eurasia, biofreaks, all of them. They're the real threat. They're splicing people, growing soldiers in vats like meat for the slaughter. Their technology, their bioengineered horrors, it's enough to make your blood run cold, turning them into cyborgs, empty shells of their former selves, driven mad by whatever twisted science keeps them running. They say they've got crops, but I wouldn't touch their food. Heard too many stories about what happens when you owe them. And trust me, you'll always owe them. The second you take a bite, you're theirs. The people in their lands, living tissue, spare parts for the war. They don't even see you as human anymore. But Euruska, Euruska is something else. They've gone beyond the edge, a pack of scavengers themselves. But on a whole other level. They dig through the bones of the old world, piecing together new horrors from the scraps. Biomechanical monstrosities with too many eyes and limbs that move with a sickening fluidity. You ever seen what they do to the ones they catch? I have. Bodies mangled, twisted into things that shouldn't exist. Human only in shape, but inside, they're machines. Abominations built for one purpose, war. And when they're done with you, when there's nothing left to carve out, they toss what's left. If you're lucky, you won't be alive to feel it. Fighting over scraps, they called it a war for resources, but it was greed, plain and simple. Greed and the arrogance of men who thought they could control the very forces of nature. The bombs didn't just level cities, they ripped a hole in the sky. Now, the sun's a pale ghost, barely able to pierce the ash-filled clouds. The air stings your lungs with every breath, a toxic cocktail of dust and despair. Down here in the innards, amidst the crumbling foundations of what was once Los Angeles, we huddle around sputtering fires, scavenging for scraps to survive another day. The war, the damn war, never ended. The ones who started it are long gone, turned to dust like everyone else. Now it's machines fighting machines, controlled by ghosts in the wires, AIs they call them, cold, calculating things with no more regard for human life than a fly buzzing around a corpse. Me, I'm just trying to stay out of their way. A scavenger, that's what I am. And you're just meat. You think you can survive out there, scavenge for your precious little community. But this winter, it's relentless. Doesn't care if you're fast, tough, or smart. You learn to read the battlefield like a book, to find the pockets of calm in the storm. You get a sixth sense for when to run, when to hide, and when to make your move, snatching up whatever you can before the bullets start flying again. The factions, they don't even know why they're fighting anymore. Doesn't matter. The war keeps going because it's all they have left. They grind up people like you and me in their machines, spit us out, and call it progress. We're just the scraps left behind, scavengers clawing through the dirt for a few more days, a few more drops of water, the most valuable thing you'll ever hold, and it runs out faster than you can blink. The thirst doesn't just kill you. It drags you down, slow, making every second a nightmare. You want to survive out there? Good luck. But don't think for a second that you're special. The moment you think you've got it figured out, the world will remind you just how small you really are. I've seen it happen over and over again. No heroes, no happy endings, just bodies piling up. The best you can hope for is to live long enough to see the sun rise again, even if it's just a pale shadow of its former glory. And who knows, maybe one day, this damn winter will finally end. But I'm not holding my breath. And until then, there ain't no heroes left. Only ghosts.